14 reasons you'll run out of money in retirement. Number 1. And if you're wondering why I look so tan, it's because I'm at Cancun. I'm leaving tonight. Can't wait to get back to see my pups. It's been fun. Miss home, though. I don't like vacation for very long periods of time. I'm not a traveling kind of guy. I'm not a traveling man, like John Fogerty and CCR would say. All right, let's read this. We're just going to go to number 1 here, and then we'll go to number 2 in a different video. I want to keep these kind of short and very succinct. You don't have a long-term care plan. You could quickly run out of money. You could quickly run out of money if you need long-term care but didn't have a plan to pay for it. More than half of adults turning 65 today will need long-term care, and about 1 in 7 will need it for more than 5 years, according to the Department of Health and Human Services. Oh my goodness, half of people need long-term care, and 1 in 7 will need it for more than 5 years. So, of course, we don't define what exactly long-term care need is. I have a sneaky suspicion. We'll get in there in just a second. And they also don't say, is that 1 in 7 out of the 1 in 2? So more than half of adults turning 65 will need long-term care. And then the very same sentence, 1 in 7 of that group of people, the 50% who need long-term care, 1 in 7 out of those, or 1 in 7 out of the total population. Pretty significant difference, but they don't clarify. So we'll just say 1 in 7. That's about what 1 out of 8 is 12.5. We'll say 15% of the population will need long-term care for more than 5 years. 15% of the population, that means 85% of the population doesn't need long-term care for more than 5 years, all right? And 50% of the people don't need any long-term care. And then we don't know the definition of long-term care either, which I'll define here in just a second. Now, and then they make the bridge. They say, so basically they're saying, look, there's a huge risk of you needing long-term care. Half of you are going to need it. And if you need care, if you receive care, and this is, again, this is the media, so freaking stakes, man. If you receive care in an assisted living facility or nursing home, you'll have to shell out big bucks. You see where they're using these terms? Quickly. Big bucks. Receive. These are all terminologies that once you've been in this business long enough, once you follow the media, you recognize how freaking scumbags these people are, man. They're all just trying to sell you on horror stories. And I'm going to do a video here just a little bit on Larry Kotlikoff. What's the best way to sell retirement planning books is to say how retirement planning is financial suicide. Actually, it takes me. The annual average cost of a assisted living facility is $48,000 a year, or $4,000 a month. Oh. The average annual cost, all right? And so what do we know about averages? They skew to the people who spend the most. All right, that's in fact my man Dougie B. Fresh. I think he's from Indiana. Just posted that his dad is in an assisted living facility. It's 60% of that average annual cost. Now it's in Indiana. All right, so his dad isn't paying $48,000, paying 60% of that. Whatever, I can't do that in my head. We'll say $30,000 a year, $2,500 a month. Remember, assisted living facilities don't exist not to have customers. They need customers, and such they're going to price it that the average customer can afford it. But the average customer, again, the average cost, I should say, is skewing it higher. You'd want to look at the median cost. Again, me and Jeff Bezos, our average income our average net wealth is $100 billion. My net worth is 0. His net worth is $200 billion. So our average net worth is $100 million. You see how we're skewing that up? Stupid. All right. If you received care in an assisted living facility, it's $4,000 a month. All right, well, how do you pay for that? You sell your house, you still got your Social Security benefit of $2,500 a month coming in. Plus, you sell your house for $200,000. That's an extra $1,500 a month. All you need. So basically, if it's cost you $4,000 a month, you got your Social Security at $2,500 a month. You sell your house, you get $1,500 a month from the proceeds of your house. So that's not that big of a deal. $1,500 is $18,000 a year. If you have your house sold for $200,000, that means you're making that's a 9% distribution rate off your $200,000. All right, you're not going to be there for 5 years most likely, so you're going to be just fine. The whole thing's just stupid. The average cost of a private room in a nursing home is over $102,000. Yeah, the annual cost can be quite expensive. I don't disagree with that at all. Again, I've said it a million times. I've had clients who are spending $6,000, $7,000 a month in a skilled care facility. They weren't spending it for over 5 years. Some are, very few are, but there are some, I grant you, 100%. But the vast majority aren't. So to say I need $102,000 a year for some elaborate expense that isn't going to happen, and say you could run out of money if you don't. Yes, it's true. You could also run out of money if, let's see, what else could you run out of money for? Oh, if you had a stroke and didn't know who you are, you have Parkinson's disease, and your wife is out there freaking, peddling balloons at the stop sign in Cancun, Mexico. Yeah, there's all kinds of things you could run out of money if it's a pretty risky thing comes to be that doesn't happen, i.e. you could fall out of an airplane and not die, and you're going to run out of money. Yeah, that's true, 100%. You're actually not going to run out of money because you still have Social Security. All kinds of ways you could run out of money. This isn't one. It's just not. I mean, it's not relative to the fear they put in here. The number one reason you could run out of money is long-term care, is the long-term care costs. It's just fear-mongering. Again, so the annual cost of a private room in a nursing home, the annual cost, well, obviously depends on where you are, but how do you pay for that? How long are you going to be there? Well, we already determined only 15% of the people who actually need this are going to be there for over 5 years. Now, that is for long-term care. It's not even for nursing homes. What is long-term care? Well, the insurance companies look at it as you are unable to do 2 of the 6 activities of daily living. Bathing, transferring, going to the bathroom, there's a couple other things I can't remember. The transferring is a big one. Getting up and rotating, that's called transferring. If you're unable to do that without some sort of assistance, you need long-term care. Well, assistance comes in many things. Comes in a wheelchair, comes in a cane. You might get somebody to help you. There's all kinds of different things for assistance. But just because you have long-term care need and you have it over 5 years doesn't mean you're spending $100,000 a year. I hope this makes sense. It's just the whole thing is fear-mongering 101. There are some people who spend a freaking boatload on long-term care. I'm telling you, I know for a fact there are, without question. The vast majority of us don't. Just look at the actual data. Look at the median. Look at the actual data of the people who spend any kind of significant amount of money on long-term care. The stuff is out there, my friends. In fact, you should read my book. You can retire on Social Security. I go through it, the actual data. It's so frustrating. All right, more to come. We'll see ya.